New top 25 poll is out this week, sir.
Yep.
And you see all the way down there at number 12.
Look at CB with 4 first place votes. Ooh, I'm just playing.
You're talking Carson Beck. Yeah, I tried to warn Georgia fans of this months and months ago that like Miami was going to be good this year, and Carson Beck is probably going to be good also. Like you're going to see them up there all season, and unfortunately, this storyline won't go away. Luckily, I think Georgia's got a good quarterback, and it's not necessarily a storyline like I think Penn State should be. On the other hand, when Bo Pribula clearly looks better than Drew Aller right now,
That's pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah, and Penn State's up here at 7. Like, yeah. I'm just shocked. Like Penn State has played nobody through 3 games and then loses to Oregon. I guess we're counting good losses now. Has you number 7?
But Alabama's apparently not a good loss because Georgia fell by 7.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
If you're going to move Georgia down 7, you've got to move Penn State down at least 5 or 6. Or if you're going to only move Penn State down 4.
I guess the definition is Oregon is number 2, Alabama's number 10, and I think Alabama is probably the reason Georgia fell as low as it did because you had to put Alabama in front.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking at this and I had some notes. Let's see here. So Georgia's ranked 12th. This is their lowest ranking since 2020. They were ranked 13 after the Florida loss in 2020. But here's a crazy stat for you. So they were ranked 11th last year after the loss to Ole Miss prior to the Tennessee game. Then they jumped back into the top 10. Since Georgia beat Mississippi State in 2017, which was I think like the last week of September or so that year. This is now the 6th week since September of 2017 that Georgia has been ranked outside of the top 10.
That's wild. Yeah, we're
spoiled. So yeah, the 6th week in the last 9 seasons, basically, or last 8 seasons. That Georgia is ranked outside the top 10. So, not the worst, but not the best. You're sitting here at 10. It's an interesting top 10 right now. Ole Miss sitting at 4. Ohio State and Oregon don't play in the regular season this year. You got Miami at 3, Ole Miss and Oklahoma up at 4 and 5. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, and A&M at 4, 5, 6. There's kind of like a big 3 talk in the SEC coming into this year, and I don't think anyone had Ole Miss, Oklahoma, or A&M as one of those big 3. But yeah, Penn State, Indiana, Texas, and then Alabama, and round out the top 10. Texas Tech sneaking up there at 11, and then Georgia at 12.
Is LSU number 13 now?
Yeah, I have the rest of the poll right over. I'm looking at it. Yeah, LSU is 13 now. Iowa State 14. Tennessee and Vanderbilt at 15, 16.
Yeah. I think it's
17. Cool. Florida State 18.
This is the first time since I forget. I can't even say the first time since when, but this is the first time in decades that Alabama and Vandy are playing each other and they're both ranked. I think that's pretty cool.
Decades is an understatement. I think it's the first time since 1936.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to say that and then have it be since they were ranked in 2000, but that's what I thought I saw. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's something like that. We're almost going on a century of the last time Alabama Vanderbilt was a ranked matchup.
I think my big takeaway from this poll is I don't mean to complain too much about Georgia being out of the top 10. I get that if they wanted to be in the top 10, they should have just won their game. But
they'd probably be sitting at number
the big
2
thing
or 3 right now.
For me that's sticking out is the big riser on here, Ole Miss at 4. I mean, I think that game in Sanford in mid-October is looking more and more just huge by the day. That you already have the narrative with the way that things went for Georgia last year, how they got smacked, and all of Lane Kiffin has just been strutting his way around the country this year, talking a big old game about everybody. That game is probably going to be game day. I'd be willing to bet, unless there's another game that week. That's just crazy.
If Georgia takes care of business, it could be. I don't know. Hopefully, we don't have another loss before then.
That looks like a huge game, and I know Texas is coming a few weeks after, and I don't mean to discount them either. But the Ole Miss game is first, so I'm harping on it more. But Yeah, that's my big thing. Feel it like if they're still top 5 by the time they come to Athens, whew.
Yeah, and all they have is Washington State. So they have a bye week this week, and then they get Washington State at home, which is a very weird mid-October game, to be honest. And then at Georgia, and then at Oklahoma.
Oh
Ole
man,
Miss.
they've got
Ole
it.
Miss will have, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I forget how crazy the SEC gets once we get out of September, man.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Ole Miss, and that's I think we were sitting here as like had it as one of the biggest games of the season when the season started, but no one was putting it ahead of Oklahoma, ahead of Alabama or Texas.
Yeah.
I wasn't putting it ahead of Tennessee. I probably wasn't putting it ahead of Auburn. Just because of going into Jordan-Hare. Like, I'm still worried about that, especially now Auburn with just how bad it's been with Jackson Arnold. They're going to go through a bye. Like, what are the chances, we see Deuce Knight or just some sort of wrinkle that Auburn just throws out their entire offense and they're a brand new one here in 2 weeks when Georgia comes to town. They should be, at least, because the offense has not shown up the last couple weeks. But yeah, so Auburn and Florida, I guess, is another team that had a lot of hype coming to the year. I would say as much, if not more hype than Ole Miss coming in. So yeah, it's and let's not just discount Georgia Tech either, sitting at 16. But yeah, Ole Miss now potentially being the highest ranked team on Georgia's entire schedule is I was not banking on that.
I wasn't either. I really thought, I mean, the media machine sure made it sound like Texas was just going to be untouchable this year. So that was the one that I really was looking forward to the most. And I still am, because I really want to play Texas again. But yeah, Ole Miss, you could probably go back in our show right a little before the season started. I was straight up talking like I didn't think Ole Miss was going to be good. I thought that they had just lost so much talent, and that last year was the best team that they were ever going to have. And maybe it still was in terms of just talent on paper, but they look really good this year. They're 5-0. They've got some pretty big wins. I mean, they look like a good team.
Yeah, I think there still could be a little too much hype right now on them. Yeah. I think I personally, I don't know if we said it here, but I definitely personally have said before that I think the 2024 team is going to be Lane Kiffin's best team ever. I just don't think they'll consistently have that defensive talent to go with what they have on offense. But damn, this defense looks pretty good so far. So I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, LSU is really the one good victory. Like, Tulane is one of the better G5 schools in the country, or is it G6 now? I guess now that there's not now it's P4. I guess it's G6.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, like, they played Kentucky like pretty close. Have the win over LSU, which, I mean, I still think LSU is a good team. Like, you don't want to do the whole, who have they played? Oh, yeah, they beat them. Oh, but who have they played? And then it's like a whole just circle of logic. But with that said, Clemson and Florida both appear to be two like very mediocre teams. And if mediocre might be a stretch when talking about someone like Florida. So maybe those are good wins, maybe they're not. But those are on LSU's resume, and Ole Miss was able to beat them. So I mean, just on its surface, being ranked number 12 and beating number 3, like, that's, if the polls are what the polls are, then like that's a good win, and you deserve to go up for it. So yeah. Same with Alabama being number 2, number like 16, number 15, and beating number 5. Like,
they deserve to be top 10, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, to this point, I mean, I think we just need to adopt the model of like just good wins getting teams up here. And A&M, Oklahoma, they like A&M beat Notre Dame, Oklahoma beat Auburn, and who else has Oklahoma beat at this point? Michigan.
Yeah.
Penn State and Texas are sitting here because they were number 1 and number 2 in the first poll, basically. Like, they have done nothing to this point. Like, they've played a bunch of cupcakes and lost to the one good team they played. And Texas looked pretty bad against that one good team. Even if Ohio State is number 1, Texas is just, I don't know. We're just going off of preseason vibes to have Penn State and Texas there at this point.